Think 2D games can't scare you? Well, get ready to be proven wrong. These hidden indie horror games will leave you double-checking your locks and keeping the lights on at night. First on the list is Carrion, a game that flips the script by putting you in control of the monster. You're an eerie, tentacled creature trapped in a lab, and it's your job to escape. You'll slither through vents, sneak up on unsuspecting humans, and grow stronger as you mutate into something even more terrifying. It's like a reverse horror experience where you are the thing to be feared. If you love sci-fi horror and the thrill of being the monster, Carrion is a must-play. Next up is OMORI, a psychological horror game that might catch you off guard with its cute, hand-drawn style. But don't be fooled. This game goes to some pretty dark places. It starts as a colorful RPG, but slowly unravels into a deep dive into trauma, mental health, and regret. You play as Omori and Sunny, two friends exploring surreal dream worlds where emotions play a role in combat. Happy beats angry, angry beats sad, and so on. The emotional depth of this game will stick with you long after you've finished playing. Now, let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. Into the Pit, a game that blends time travel with jump scares in a way that only the FNAF series can. You play as Oswald, a young boy who stumbles upon a time-traveling ball pit in a haunted pizzeria. As you jump between the past and present, you'll need to solve puzzles and avoid the terrifying abomination lurking in the shadows. With its pixel art style, eerie lighting, and spine-chilling audio, this 2D entry in the FNAF universe proves that 2D horror can pack just as many thrills as its 3D counterparts. Plus, multiple endings keep you coming back for more. Moving on, we have Mad Father, a creepy, story-driven game where you play as Aya, an 11-year-old girl discovering some truly disturbing secrets about her father's experiments. As you explore their spooky mansion, you'll solve puzzles and come across animated corpses that make for some seriously unsettling moments. With multiple endings and a blood mode that offers new twists, this game keeps you hooked until you uncover the full story. It's perfect for anyone who loves a mix of puzzles, horror, and a little family drama. Up next is Lone Survivor, a 2D psychological horror game that's all about messing with your mind. You play as a lone survivor trying to make sense of a city in ruins, but the lines between reality and hallucination blur the further you go. Supplies are scarce, your sanity is on edge, and every encounter feels unsettling. It's got a haunting retro vibe with its pixel art, and the eerie soundtrack adds to the game's dreamlike, surreal atmosphere. If you're into survival horror with a psychological twist, this one's for you. Then there's Sally Face, Episode 1, where things start off strange and only get stranger. You follow Sal, a boy with a prosthetic face and a dark past, as he moves into an apartment complex full of odd and eerie tenants. The hand-drawn art style might remind you of old cartoons, but the story quickly dips into darker, creepier territory. You'll use a handheld device to communicate with ghosts while solving puzzles. It's the beginning of a much bigger mystery, but this first episode is more than enough to get you hooked. Now, let's talk about Worse Than Death, which takes a normal high school reunion and turns it into a full-blown horror show. You play as Holly, returning to her hometown and getting wrapped up in a murder mystery while trying to outrun terrifying creatures in the night. The game's 2D pixel art and clever use of lighting create a tense atmosphere that keeps you on edge. It's a side-scroller with stealth and puzzle elements, but the real horror comes from the dark secrets Holly uncovers along the way. Next, we have Life Gallery, a haunting little puzzle game that's as unsettling as it is artistic. You'll work your way through hand-drawn black and white illustrations, solving puzzles that reveal the tragic story of a one-eyed boy. Each puzzle is like a twisted piece of art, and the game plays with surreal and nightmarish imagery that sticks with you long after you're done. It's a short experience, but its creepy visuals and emotional depth leave a lasting impression. Let's not forget Misao, a cult classic now updated in a 2024 HD remaster. This game takes place in a cursed high school where you're trying to solve the mystery of a missing girl, Misao. The remaster gives the game a fresh look with HD graphics and an updated UI, but the heart of the game, the eerie atmosphere and terrifying spirits, is just as strong as ever. With multiple endings and a new Crimson Eyes mode, this one will keep you coming back to uncover all its secrets. Last but not least, we have Reveal the Deep, a slow-burn horror game that takes place deep underwater in the wreckage of a 19th century steamship. You play as a lone diver exploring the dark, claustrophobic corridors of the sunken ship, piecing together what happened through diary entries and clues. The minimalist design, paired with atmospheric lighting, creates a haunting sense of isolation. There's no rush, Just you, the wreck, and whatever might be lurking in the shadows. It's a short, atmospheric horror experience that lets your imagination do the work.